everybody, this is NC's Creator Corner here. Hello, my kittens. Meow. Wow, this is the first video that I actually say my rebranded name because it's been a couple of weeks and days since I have made a video. But with that being said, as you may know, I've rebranded this channel for the second time. And you're probably worried that, oh no, is my ASMR stuff going away? No, it's here to stay. ASMR is just not going to be the center of this channel. I just want to do other stuff for you guys. And I just want to create other stuff. Why not? Because I have a flourish of ideas for videos for you guys and more content that is different. And yeah, I'm just excited to do this for you guys. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here and want to become one of my kittens. Meow. What are you doing? Why are you sitting there? Hit that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. With that being said, let's get on to the video. Meow. So we're going to be talking about, as you saw in the thumbnail of this video and the title of it, I have a problem with a corporation, and that would be Disney! Yay! Oh boy. Anyway, I kind of saw this from a mile away when things started degrading with Marvel. I have been disappointed by several Marvel movies lately, like Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and I haven't even watched the Marvels yet, and I don't want to because I just don't want it. Now, I love Disney for a long time being. I grew up with these movies. I watched these as a kid. I loved Disney. Cinderella was my go-to Disney princess growing up. And then I liked Rapunzel. I loved Snow White. I love these characters, but Disney is just losing its steam. Not just with Marvel, but Star Wars is getting worse because they're making another Star Wars movie based on Rey's character. Now, I might make a separate video of, like, why do I despise Rey's character for the Star Wars. If you want me to make a video about that, of, like, why I dislike or hate Rey's character in the Star Wars Disney trilogy, let me know in the comments below if you want to hear my thoughts on that. I will say this, if you like modern Disney, good for you. If you hate it with me, good for you too. I will say, don't start spurging into the comic section, like, why are you saying this about Disney? Just don't, because I'm just gonna delete it and move on. Because I just don't wanna, it's not worth it fighting in the comments, because it's just not worth it, it's stupid. So, yeah. I just don't understand, like, I've been disappointed by Marvel. I've been disappointed by Star Wars. Been disappointed by their recent movies. Like, I saw Encanto, and it was done well. The music was amazing. The story was perfect. It was just so good. The animation was beautiful. It's just, I loved it. I loved Encanto. That was my first modern Disney movie that I watched with my mom, and it was amazing. We love Disney movies with music and songs in it, and we don't talk about Bruno. It's been my favorite song in that entire movie, and I just love it. But that was the last Disney modern movie I've seen. The rest of them have been Star Wars or Disney Plus series. Don't get me started on the Disney Plus series. WandaVision was okay. Andor was good. It was telling another perspective of a story. Mandalorian was good. The Book of Boba Fett was really good, really entertaining. I loved those. But Loki was ugh. The first season was great. The second season, meh. It was okay. I think the series is done. I don't think they're going to get another season because what's the point of it? Because the story's over. Spoilers, if you have not seen Loki, the ending is very disappointing. It really is. I looked up to Loki. Loki was one of my favorite Marvel characters and villains. I still love to this day, Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies because it is so funny. It is so well done. The comedy is really good. There's heartwarming moments in there. There's a lot of kicking butt there. It's just great. But then it's just the rest of the newer Marvel movies are just stupid. Like Thor Love and Thunder. Like, they made Thor even more stupid. And there was a trailer of Thor Love and Thunder of Loki coming back. And I thought he faked his death again. But no, he's really dead. And he's not really coming back because if you want to see Loki come back, it's in the Loki series. It's just Disney has lost its charm. Ever since, like, my favorite 3D animated Disney movie has always been, like, Tangled. Encanto was good, and those were good movies. And when Frozen came out, people were going crazy over it, and then I didn't like it because people wouldn't shut up about it. Now that I'm older now, I like Frozen. It's not my favorite, but I'll watch it during the winter to celebrate, like, the winter season and everything. I'll watch it, and I'll have fun with it. I don't mind it. Frozen 2, it has some problems, but it's okay. I like the first movie better because the animation in both of these movies are fine. They're great. But I didn't even watch the movie Wish because I wasn't engaged into it. And you're probably wondering, oh, you're not the target audience. Correct. But when families want to show their kids something, the parents have to be engaged into the story too. Wish just looked rushed. I've seen reviews. I've been spoiled by the movie because I didn't really care anymore. Wish just looks really rushed. The animation looks incomplete. I do like the watercolor backgrounds, but they originally were going to make the whole entire movie Wish into hand-drawn animation again. And at first I was excited about that because I would have watched it if it was in the classic animation style. But no, Disney went lazy with it and just did the watercolor backgrounds and made the characters 3D again. It's kind of boring. I didn't even watch Strange World because I wasn't interested in the story. I really wasn't because I'm sick and tired of these 3D characters because they look so similar. Except for Encanto and Tangled. They have unique styles, including Elsa and Anna. They have their own style. You can clearly tell it's them. But the characters from Wish, it's kind of hard to tell who is who because of course, there's different skin colors and representation, but it's kind of hard to tell who is who. In Strange World, all the character designs are similar except, this person's male, this person's female. But it's kind of hard to tell because they keep sticking to this 3D animation. Now, I know 3D animation is a little bit easier to control now because Tangled and the movie Brave were the first Disney 3D animated films, and they did great. It just took a long process. Tangled took 3 years to make, and so did Brave. Took a long time because of the 3D animation was still new, and it was still pretty new to them, and they were trying to play around with it. And Rapunzel's hair was very difficult to control with the model. but they did it. And now that those movies were successful, they know what they're doing now. But with Wish, it just looks incomplete. You can tell by the characters. Like, I'm gonna compare Rapunzel into the main character of Wish. The Wish character looks, I don't even know her name because I never watched it because I don't want to. But anyway, she looks incomplete. The costume design that she has is so plain. If you look at Rapunzel, she has more detail with her hair. Is so shiny. You can tell there's strands of hair in there. You can tell by the eyes. But with Wish, it just looks rushed because the marketing didn't start until 2 days before the movie was coming out. I didn't even know this movie existed until I went to the movies one day with my family and saw that this movie was coming out. And I wasn't excited. At first, I thought, I might want to see that. But now, I don't. I don't know. It just looks rushed. It really does. And do we really need another talking animal sidekick character? Like, in the movie Moana, her animals don't talk. The pig doesn't talk. The chicken does not talk. And with Pascal, with Tangled, he doesn't talk, but you can tell what he's thinking. He doesn't have to talk. Because, again, princesses have the ability to talk to animals. They don't have to speak, like, the same language as you. Because Rapunzel can understand Pascal. You get that. And so does Snow White understand her animal friends. They never talked. They never really did. And that was the beauty of it. And for Merida, the first Pixar princess, she didn't have the ability to talk to animals, but she could tell what they were feeling. She could tell what their horse was thinking. Because, again, she may be a princess, but they don't speak the same language. You can tell by animal behavior. It's just a natural, real-world thing. You can tell what your animal companion, your cat or dog, whatever, what pet you have, you can tell what they're feeling because you know them, because you take care of them. It's just, I don't know, it's just Disney's losing its charm. And I didn't even see the new Little Mermaid remake. I've heard reviews. I watched videos on this on YouTube to tell, like, is this movie worth it? A lot of people are saying, oh, it's really good. But a lot of people are saying more loudly that it's bad. Not because of the problem of Halle Bailey. She has an amazing voice, and she was a perfect character for the role. She was perfect. She was fine with that. They did the right choice for that because she's a great singer. A lot of people predicted way before they were announcing a live-action Little Mermaid, they thought Ariana Grande would be perfect. And I can see that. There's fan art of Ariana Grande as the Little Mermaid, as Ariel, but it never happened. That was only a dream thing. But Halle Bailey did fine. I've listened to the songs that she sang in the movie. She did fine. She did beautifully. And actually, the original Little Mermaid who voiced Ariel in the original animated version, she actually gave her blessing to her, and she was really honored about that. So the remake of The Little Mermaid is, I don't know, it's just the version, they changed a lot of the lines in the song, like with Poor Unfortunate Soul. They took out the line, if she holds her tongue, we'll get her man, because it's more modern day. But that was just magic. That was just her, Ursula in the original, trying to manipulate Ariel that, oh, it's okay to lose your voice to get your man. That's totally fine. That's totally normal. And that's just manipulation tactic because Ursula's a villain. That's who she is. They took that out in the remake version, and the person who played Ursula, I've seen what it's like. I watched the whole entire song of Poor Unfortunate Soul that she does. It's just terrible. It's just bad because, I don't know, it's just, the way they did it, it was just not natural. It's just not good. I don't know. It's just not great at all. I just don't know. It's just not great. It's just this lady tries to pretend like voice like the original Ursula, but she's trying too hard. She's just trying too hard. Now, if you watched a lot of people who did Ursula on Broadway or like on school plays on YouTube, you would probably find your own version of if you were voicing this character or dressing up for her as a cosplayer for Halloween, etc. You would find your inner Ursula and find your own version to do that. This lady did try to do that, but she was trying to be the original too hard. She just wasn't the right choice for me. I think they should have, chosen a different actress for Ursula. It's just, ugh. Now, the computer animated stuff, like the 3D stuff, the special effects and everything just looked really bland and boring. I don't know. I don't know if they were trying to be too realistic. I get that. It just did not turn out correctly. It's just, it just wasn't great. It just wasn't great to me. I don't know if it's just me, but there's one more thought that I do not like about Disney. Is they're trying to erase everything. Originally, if you heard that announcement about they were making a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, well, they canceled that project because the lady who was supposed to play her did something stupid. She was bashing and slandering the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Not joking. She actually did that. And Disney fired her because of that. Good on them. But there was a problem with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I saw posters of it when they were making the movie, or planning to at the time. Some people were hoping that they would have characters that had dwarfism, that are actually, born this way. Some people thought that would be a good representation of people with dwarfism. I cannot say that, sorry. There are people born differently and can't do anything about it because that's just who they are. But they really didn't take that choice. They animated them as to be short. Cut them or doctored it up, and it was just not a good choice for that. People weren't happy about that either. But I heard in the making of this, before it got canceled, they were going to change everything about the original and do something different for the remake. Now, if you don't remember this Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they actually did a live action a while back in the early 2000s. I think it was around 2010. They did a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs version of Mirror Mirror. It wasn't called Snow White, it was called Mirror Mirror. It also told the story of the evil queen herself, have a more perspective of her character, how she has her powers and everything. And Mirror Mirror did it perfectly because they made Snow White not just a damsel in distress. She actually could kick butt, but she also wanted to find true love one day. And it was perfect. And they actually had characters that were born differently with dwarfism. Again, sorry for butchering that. I cannot speak. This video's unscripted, by the way. They actually had characters that represented that, and they did it perfectly, because I actually recognized one of the actors. You remember that, that scene with Elf where Buddy finds a guy who is actually, he thought he was an elf because he was short, and he beats the crap out of him? It's that guy. He also played as one of the Seven Dwarfs as well. And they actually changed the characters. He played the guy who was called Wolf. They changed the dwarf's character and personalities, which was kind of nice. It was a new adaptation and something new and fresh for the audience. I loved it. The dwarves were perfect. They were funny. They actually cared for Snow White. They cared for her, and she cared for them. And I love the backstory that her father, like, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it, but this is going to be a spoiler. I highly recommend watching it. I like that she finds out that her father isn't dead. He was actually cursed to be a creature that worked for the queen. It was because of that magic necklace that she had. And that's also how she was staying young for a long time, because she was controlling it. I love that. When I first watched that movie and found out that her father wasn't dead, that was just a beautiful moment right there. It was just perfect. I think that is all I have to say for this. Again, this is my opinions and thoughts right there. If you have other ideas or problems that you would like to say in the comments of modern Disney, please put it there. And please don't spurg in the comments. If you like modern Disney, that's you. If you don't like it like I do, that's you too. Just do that. If you have something hateful to say, keep it to yourself. Don't spurg in the comments. Anyway, this is This is I'm sorry. This is NC's Creator Corner signing off. Bye, my kittens. Meow.